Folks, how are you? Hey, 2 days before Merry Christmas, if I don't talk to you before then, have a wonderful Christmas, a Merry Christmas, a happy holidays, a happy New Year, a happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa. But for the time being, I wanted to get this taken care of before the holiday because it's been on my to-do list, and here we go. People have been asking me to explain the lyrics to the song Shallow by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, of course, from the hit, the monster hit, with great ratings on all of the IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic, all of the review sites give it 90% or more. The movie's a hit, it's monster. And this is one of the definitive songs from the movie, so people are all excited about. Please explain the lyrics. So here we go. I'm going to give you some insight. If you disagree, if you got a different idea, leave a comment. Let's talk about it. This is a conversation, man, and I'm going to kick it off. So here we go. In this song, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga are talking to each other through the lyrics, of course. He starts out, "Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world, or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for?" So what does he mean? Are you happy in this modern world? Well, he's saying that this guy does not go for any of the new smartphones. Why? He bought an old clamshell flip phone back in the day, and he's kept it ever since. He's not going with the iPhone. He's not going with the smartphones. He's not going with the Androids. He loves the old school flip phone. So he's asking, are you happy in this modern world, or do you need more? He's basically saying, I'm sticking with the way things are. Okay? And then he says, I'm fallen in all the good times. I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times, I fear myself. So he feels like he's longing for change. He wants to change, but he can't. He fears that he cannot change because he's stuck in his ways. He's an old dude. He fears the fear of change. And then Lady Gaga jumps in, "Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore?" Well, what is she saying? She's saying she loves the new smartphones. She loves the new iPhones. Have you seen those people that camp out in front of the Apple store when the new iPhones come out? Did you ever notice that the first three people in one of the stores is Lady Gaga? It's always in the news. There she is, one of the first three people. In fact, sometimes she's the third person, and they go, "Whoa, Lady Gaga, why don't you take my place at number one?" Because I'm a big fan. It's one of her monsters. And they say, "Hey, move right up." So she's saying, "Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void of being stuck in the past?" She wants him to move forward, and she's saying she wants the relationship to move forward. Let's see what happens. It's exciting. It's exciting so far. So then she does the refrain again, and then the chorus, "I'm off the deep end. Watch as I dive in. I'll never meet the ground. Crash through the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now." Well, what does that mean? So she has a home in Palm Springs, okay, out there in the desert. The best feature of this house, this mansion that she lives in, is the pool. And she loves to go into the deep end. She loves to get all the people from the development they're in. Of course, it's a private enclave. All the stars are there. 21 Savage, Post Malone. You got Bradley Cooper. Of course, he's out there. And then some of the old school guys. You got Bob Hope's cousin, Full of Hope. You remember Full of Hope, the singer. They're all there. She loves to play Marco Polo in the pool in their Palm Springs enclave in the mansion. She says, "I'm off the deep end. Watch as I dive in. I'll never meet the ground. Crash through the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now." You know when you're playing Marco Polo, and you start in the shallow end, and you're kind of bopping around, touching the bottom with your toes, you're kind of pushing off. And then all of a sudden you're in the deep end. You're trying to get away from the person. You're in the deep end. She says it right there. "I'm off the deep end. I'll never meet the ground." You start to drown a little bit. You start to fall, right? So fear is a factor. at that point. We're far from the shallow now. And this is a big pool. This isn't the kind of pool you and I might see at the Holiday Inn. She has an Olympic-sized pool. So you get in the deep end of that Olympic-sized pool, you know, it can get a little shaky, it can get a little dicey. So that's what she's trying to communicate there. And then she says in the post-chorus, they're together, but her voice sticks out to me. It's in the sha-ha, sha-la-lo, in the sha-la-la-la-lo, in the sha-ha, sha-ha-ha-lo. We're far from the shallow now. Now, what is that? Now, that is a chant of an Indian tribe from out there in Palm Springs that she ran into when she was in town shopping for some new monster gear. And she ran into some Indians that said Lady Gaga. And she struck up a conversation with them. And they taught her. She went out to where they live. They live out near Palm Springs. And I think Joshua Tree. They live near Joshua Tree. And they smoked some peyote and taught her these lyrics, and she put it right in the song. I mean, it's frankly, it's inspirational. And then the bridge, of course, they go hoo-ha, ha-oh, ha which sounds like this may be indigestion. But then, of course, they go back into the chorus, I'm off the deep end, watch as I dive in, etc., etc. Folks, it's an exciting song. I love it. They're both great singers. Bradley Cooper, surprisingly talented as a singer. The movie's a hit. What more do you want? There you go. I hope that helps.